In an era defined by technology, few companies have sculpted our digital landscape as profoundly as Microsoft. From the moment you power on your computer, craft a document, or connect to the internet, you're likely interacting with a piece of their legacy. This isn't just a story of a large corporation, it's the journey of a bold vision, born from two college students, that grew into a colossal software empire, constantly evolving through operating systems, productivity tools, cloud computing, and now, artificial intelligence. Our story begins with two ambitious friends, Bill Gates and Paul Allen. They shared an almost obsessive passion for computers, even in an age when these machines were colossal, expensive, and largely confined to academic or corporate labs. Their dream was clear: to bring computing power, not just to institutions, but to individuals, believing that software could transform abstract machines into tools for everyone. In 1975, a cover story featuring the MIT's Altair 8800, one of the first microcomputers available to hobbyists, caught their eye. This machine needed a way to be programmed easily. Gates and Allen saw their chance. They developed a basic interpreter for it. An interpreter is a software program that allows a computer to understand and execute code written in a specific programming language, like BASIC. This was Microsoft's first product, a tiny piece of software that unlocked the potential of a brand new hardware device. The success of their Altair BASIC interpreter prompted Gates and Allen to formalize their venture. In April 1975, they officially founded Microsoft, a portmanteau of microcomputer and software, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, near MIT's headquarters. They were a tiny operation, fueled by passion and late nights, driven by the belief that software, not just hardware, was the key to the computing future. This small startup would soon move back to their home state of Washington, but their ambition was already global. Then came the call that would change everything. In 1980, IBM, the undisputed giant of the computing world, approached Microsoft. They needed an operating system, or OS, for their groundbreaking personal computer, the IBM PC. An operating system is the master control program that manages a computer's hardware and software resources, allowing different programs to run and users to interact with the machine. Without one, the powerful IBM PC would be little more than a fancy paperweight. Microsoft didn't have its own OS ready, but Gates famously secured the deal anyway. They quickly bought an existing operating system called QDOS, or Quick and Dirty Operating System, from another company, quickly adapting and rebranding it as MS-DOS, or Microsoft Disk Operating System. This became the crucial piece of software bundled with every IBM PC, giving users the foundational commands to run the new machines. It was a masterstroke of business acumen and rapid development. IBM's decision to allow other manufacturers to create IBM PC-compatible machines, along with Microsoft's savvy licensing of MS-DOS to all of them, rapidly cemented the operating system's dominance. Suddenly, almost every new personal computer hitting the market ran on MS-DOS. This gave Microsoft an unparalleled foothold, becoming the standard software layer for a nascent industry. The small startup had successfully positioned itself at the core of the personal computing revolution. While MS-DOS was powerful, it was still a text-based, command-line interface, meaning users typed commands to interact with the computer. The future, Microsoft realized, lay in something more intuitive, a graphical user interface, or GUI. A GUI uses visual elements like icons, windows, and menus, allowing users to interact with a computer using a mouse instead of typing complex commands. This concept would revolutionize accessibility and usability. After several iterations, Microsoft finally launched Windows 95, a massive leap forward. It introduced iconic features like the Start menu, taskbar, and plug-and-play functionality, making computers significantly easier and more enjoyable to use. The launch was a cultural phenomenon, backed by unprecedented marketing, including the Rolling Stones' Start Me Up. Windows 95 became the definitive operating system, turning millions of households into computer users and cementing Microsoft's dominance. Alongside its operating system, Microsoft built another pillar of its empire: productivity software. Recognizing that people needed tools to create and manage their work, Microsoft developed applications like Word for word processing, Excel for spreadsheets, and PowerPoint for presentations. By bundling these into the Microsoft Office suite, they created an indispensable ecosystem. This gave users a unified experience, further locking them into the Microsoft platform and establishing new standards for office work worldwide. As the Internet surged in the mid-1990s, Microsoft initially underestimated its potential. However, they quickly shifted gears, embedding Internet Explorer, their web browser, directly into Windows. This move sparked the infamous browser wars with Netscape Navigator, leading to intense competition and a significant antitrust lawsuit. Despite the legal battles, Microsoft's deep integration strategy meant that for many, their first experience of the Internet was through a Microsoft product, once again leveraging their OS dominance. The early 2000s saw Microsoft continue its success with Windows XP, but also faced new challenges. They were slow to adapt to emerging trends like mobile computing and internet search, areas where competitors like Apple and Google gained significant ground. This period highlighted the dangers of complacency for even the most dominant tech giants. It underscored the crucial need for continuous innovation and adaptability in a rapidly changing technological landscape, pushing Microsoft to reassess its future direction. In 2014, Satya Nadella became CEO, marking a profound shift in Microsoft's strategy. He famously declared a cloud-first, mobile-first vision, recognizing that the future of computing was moving beyond the desktop to ubiquitous cloud services and mobile devices. This was a radical pivot for a company historically centered on Windows and on-premise software. Nadella fostered a culture of empathy and growth, signaling a new era for the tech giant. Under Nadella, Microsoft bet big on cloud computing. Cloud computing means delivering computing services, including servers, storage, databases, networking, software, analytics, and intelligence over the Internet, or the cloud, instead of running them on local hardware. Microsoft Azure emerged as a formidable competitor to Amazon Web Services. Azure's flexible, scalable infrastructure became crucial for businesses of all sizes, allowing them to host applications, store data, and process information without needing their own vast data centers. Perhaps the most surprising shift under Nadella was Microsoft's embrace of open-source software. Historically, Microsoft viewed open source, where software code is freely available and can be modified, as a threat. However, Nadella recognized its value, integrating Linux deeply into Azure and even acquiring GitHub, the world's largest platform for software development using open source. This demonstrated a pragmatic willingness to collaborate and adapt, rather than strictly adhere to past orthodoxies. Microsoft also made strategic acquisitions to diversify and strengthen its ecosystem. The purchase of LinkedIn, the professional networking platform, in 2016 for over $26 billion, integrated professional identity and networks into Microsoft's enterprise offerings. Meanwhile, their Xbox division continued to thrive in the gaming world, showcasing their ability to compete in entertainment. These moves demonstrated a broadened scope beyond traditional operating systems and productivity software, touching more aspects of daily digital life. Today, Microsoft stands at the forefront of the artificial intelligence revolution. Artificial intelligence, or AI, refers to the simulation of human intelligence processes by machines, especially computer systems. Microsoft has invested heavily in AI research and development, forming a groundbreaking partnership with OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT. This collaboration is integrating powerful AI models into nearly all of Microsoft's products, from search engines to operating systems, marking the next frontier for the company and for technology itself. Microsoft's vision for AI is ubiquitous, with its Copilot initiative aiming to embed AI assistants across its entire product lineup. Imagine AI writing emails for you in Outlook, generating code suggestions in GitHub, or summarizing documents in Word. This isn't just about specific AI tools, it's about making every piece of software more intelligent, more intuitive, and more productive. It's Microsoft's latest transformation, leveraging decades of software experience to lead the age of intelligent computing. From the humble beginnings of two friends coding an interpreter for a hobbyist computer, Microsoft has continuously reinvented itself. It built an empire on operating systems, then expanded through productivity software, embraced the cloud, and now stands poised to define the era of artificial intelligence. Their journey is a testament to the power of vision, adaptability, and relentless innovation, forever changing how we interact with technology and shaping the very fabric of our digital world.